So we go to demand, and when we are explaining demand, what is demand itself? Demand is the quantity of goods or the amount of goods consumers are willing to buy at a given price and time. That is what demand is. I'm going to say that again. The number of goods and services consumers are willing to buy at a given price and time. And that is what demand is all about. Then, what is the law of demand? The law of demand says that the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded, which is vice versa. And that simply means what? That there is inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. So there is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. And that's why in demand, the law of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. So I'm going to use the typical graph, this typical demand graph, to explain the inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded based on the law of demand. So let's assume the price is at 10. At price of 10, the quantity demanded is 20 units. The quantity demanded is 20 units, but the price is 10. As soon as the price, so there's going to be a change in price, either an increase in price or a fall in price. So these changes in price will bring about changes in the quantity demanded of the products. So let's start with a change in price, a fall in price. So a fall in price from 10 to 5 will increase the quantity demanded from 20 to 30. So a fall in price from 10 to 5 increases the quantity demanded of the product from 20 to 30. And which simply talks about what? An inverse relationship between price and quantity. Price has fallen, quantity demanded has increased. That's an inverse relationship between price and quantity. The price was 10, the quantity was 20. A fall in price from 10 to 5 has been about an increase in the quantity demanded, and that is what we call inverse relationship. Then let's assume the price increases from 10 to 15. From 10 to 15, we bring about a fall in the quantity demanded from 20 to 10. So this also shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. But in this case, the price has increased from 10 to 15, the quantity demanded has reduced from 20 to 10. So this is a typical demand curve that shows the inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. And that is all about demand. So the next we need to talk about is consumer surplus. And why do we call it consumer surplus? We call it consumer surplus because it's telling us the difference between the price, the market price or the equilibrium price, and the price consumers actually pay. So consumer surplus is what? The difference between the market price and the price consumers actually pay. That is what consumer surplus is about. So in the next class we'll continue. Thank you.